Ooh, hello there, Patriots. Do we have network? Do we have network? No. So this is not looking good here. We'll go with it. Let me know what you're seeing. Let me know if you're seeing anything on there. Let me try to get a watermark in here. All right, we got it today. Things are looking up. I got it, Deb. I got it today. Shannon, Annette Park, hello, hello. The network. Try the trooper trick and move. Not looking good here either. Not looking good. Well, today's January 20th, and the interweb is not looking too good today. I'm trying to find a spot that works. It's cold out. I'm not going outside today, man. Never got above like 22 degrees. Ah. Nope. All right, Gator Girl. Just hang tight till we find a spot here. What's up, Sean? Hi, Sherry. I didn't think we'd be doing a driving video. It's like, Patriots, I've been at that spot like a bunch of times, and it was fine. But today, not so much. I guess we got really overcast skies here. That must have something to do with it. All right, I got something going on here, but it's diving off as soon as I move. I think I got it here. What's up, Patriots? J6 News updates and chat. January 20th, day 1109. Since Joe Biden took all our constitutional rights away. We are now in a country without rule of law. We are now in a country without equal justice. We are now in a country without borders. We are now in a country without economic stability. We are now in a country without national identity. Who would have thought 3 years ago that one rigged election could get us into this position that we're in right now? This is totally unacceptable, Patriots, and we are the resistance. It's a sad day for the history. It's a sad day in the history of our country right now. Sad, sad day in our country. So last night at Freedom Corner, we got, I declared it the snowiest Freedom Corner Vigil ever because there was about 6 inches of snow on the ground. Court got canceled yesterday, so everything that we were expecting to see happen in the courthouse there did not happen. Hi, silly for him. How are you? Yeah, subscribe, hit the notification bell daily if you want to get in on the chat, it seems. I hope you guys are all doing well. Gator Girl, you just take it easy. Yeah, be careful, be careful. Yes, Ann Lake out of Texas. Nicole Reffitt giving a talk there. Patriots meeting up, talking about what to do with our country. I love it. Live streamers, boots on the ground. That's all awesome. Crying out loud. Hey, LA Forgiven. Just trying to find a sweet spot here that we can get a broadcast going. Try this spot. Sean is here. All right, Gene Shannon. How you doing, Gene? Thanks for helping out the way you do. It took us all. Boy, how about Ann Lake's troll invasion when she first started up her stream, man? It was crazy. Crazy. So I guess we can kind of look into the life of trolls here. Saturday morning, you know. I mean, you'd be thinking, wow, what can I go do? Can I go skiing? Can I go out and do something cool with my friends? No. They want to get on some chat run by people that they hate and get in there and just shitpost, man. It is unbelievable, man. Can you imagine the misery these people live in every day? If this is what they do when they want to have a good time, man, it's absolutely comical. If it wasn't so pathetic, it would be funny. So, but it's not really funny, man. I mean, these people are going to hell. They are living life without a savior. They think they can save themselves. They think the government is their answer to everything. It's crazy, man. How's this transmission here? I think we got it now. I think it was just the orientation, man. We just had to get the camera facing in the right direction or something. Ann Lake, hats off to you, Ann. Way to keep it going out there. Boots on the ground. Got to see Jay Jones out there. That was really cool, man. good to see you guys out there, man. And a bunch of more Superstar Patriots out there talking about saving our country. We're really happy you were out there, and congratulations on a successful transmission. Idiot Lori was there. Yeah, I heard. I didn't see any of it, though. I jumped out before the end. I jumped out at lunch break, so I didn't see anything after lunch break. I started looking into other things here about this convoy going out down to Texas. So we'll talk about that in a minute when I get done with the... All right, thanks, Gene. It's looking good now. Yeah, my numbers are looking good. I don't want to say anything. I might jinx it. All right, they're holding. So last night at Freedom Corps, they also had a couple of screamers out there. Friday night, man. Friday night. Yeehaw. What did we used to go do Friday nights, man? We go out and hang out with our friends, man. Go visit our families. Go visit Grandma and Grandpa. Go have a couple of beers, you know. What do? They go out to Freedom Corner with a bullhorn so that they can yell at the top of their lungs for their freedom of speech, you know. I guess they're exercising their lungs, if not their freedom of speech, because nobody knows what they're saying. That's okay, LA, man. We'll just keep them busy with deleting them, and then they gotta get up another channel. It's funny to watch them scramble. They're about as fun to watch as cockroaches. Yeah, Lori, I don't even, you know, is she the one with the weird hair, the older one that should know better? I think that's her, man. Okay, Tamara, according to what I know now, you know somebody in this convoy thing, and are you giving her, are you vouching for her or him? And, because I'm looking into who's running this convoy, what their plan is. Aunt and Wizzy was with them? Well, okay. I guess some streamers are looking hard for content. I notice News to Share is having trouble getting viewers because every time a certain snaggletooth tipster shows up in his videos, it's just getting hard to watch anymore. If he can't get her out of there, I can't watch it. I can't watch it, man. I'm not allowed. Loosen up their bowels. The flatulence across the street. Yeah, I've seen you say that. So we're getting our things done. I mean, we're moving ahead on everything. I don't know what they're doing. They're still mired in screaming incomprehensible words. Creepy Biden giving marriage advice. Oh man, crazy world. We are in it. That's right, LA Forgiven. The best is yet to come. Stand up. Being silenced no more. We are not silenced, man. God has opened me up a perfect network here. 4,000 kbps's and 30 fps's. That's the best it can be right there. Praise the Lord, God. Praise God. He wants this message getting out. He likes you guys. Yeah, the irrelevant people, man. So last night there was two of them there. Dude, I didn't even know they were there. After I was on Sapphire Patriots stream, and she just stuck the camera right in the speaker, and you couldn't hear them. You could hear the phone calls perfectly fine. It was a great job, Sherry. And Curtis Tate was our first phone call on there. All right, here it is. Let's just start talking about this. This is on my mind right now. January 28th to February 3rd. TakeOurBorderBack.com is the website that they got going there. Convoys. All right, so there's 3 different events going on here. It took me a while to sort all this out. It looks like the biggest event starts in Virginia Beach on the 29th. And they're going to drive 10 hours on Monday, the 29th, from Virginia Beach to Jacksonville, Florida. And then they're going to drive 10 hours the next day from Jacksonville, Florida to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And then they're going to drive 8 hours the next day from Baton Rouge to Dripping Springs, Texas, where there's a distillery. And it appears that the guy, it's called One Shot, and it looks like a really cool place. They're on the interweb. You can look them up. Veteran of the military, started up a distillery with a bunch of other military buds. They got a good thing going on down there. They're just outside of Austin, Texas. And then the next day, they're going to drive 45 minutes from Dripping Springs, Texas to Austin, Texas. And there will be a rally. And then they're going to and then there's a rally at 12 p.m. And then there's going to be a rally at the One Shots from 12 to 5 p.m. And then on February 2nd, Friday, they're going to drive from Dripping Springs down to Eagle Pass, Texas, which is where the National Guard is having a showdown with the Border Patrol at that Texas State Park on the Rio Grande, on the border there. So that means like a bunch of Patriots going to be heading down to that Eagle Pass area. But the other two convoys now, one of the other convoys starts up on the 1st of February from Dripping Springs and goes to Las Cruces, New Mexico, a 9-hour drive. And then on the 2nd of February, which is the Friday, they're going to go from Las Cruces, New Mexico to Yuma, Arizona, a 7.5-hour drive. And then on the 3rd of February, which would be Saturday, there will be an all-day rally in Yuma, Arizona, okay? And then the third convoy is going to start off on Saturday morning from San Ysidro, California, and go to the Yuma, Arizona site, a 4.5-hour drive. So it looks like there's a convergence in Yuma, Arizona on Saturday, and a convergence on Eagle Pass on Friday. So now figuring out where, if I were to do this, where I can fit into all that is kind of hard to figure out right now. Mainly because 10 hours of driving in one day is about all I can take, all right? And I can only do that one day in a row. They're calling for 2 10-hour days, followed by an 8-hour day, followed by... They're looking at a lot of driving. Now, I don't know if they've been in convoys before. If you get any number of people going in a convoy, it just doesn't happen near as fast as you think it's going to happen. Okay, Joe with First Responders Media and Josh with Oreo Express are planning on meeting up with the convoy. They're covering a lot of places along the border as we speak. They're down there now. Okay, so here's what I don't get. They're down on the border right now, and I'm told they're going to be driving all the way up to Virginia Beach, and then they're going to drive all the way back down to the border. Now, that doesn't seem reasonable, and I'm just thinking I got their story wrong or something. So that's one thing I'm thinking of. The other thing I'm thinking of is what's going to happen when we get to Eagle Pass, all right? And are you going to miss Eagle Pass in order to go all the way out to Yuma, another 2 days west to get to Yuma? Silly, that is a lot of driving. And that's one way for me to make road tripping as absolutely miserable as it can possibly be, you know? I prefer 5 hours of driving a day max, and then you got time to hunker down, make some food, have a cocktail at the end of the day. Yeah, so Big D's kind of committed to it right now. But what I'm doing is talking it out here, because this is going to be a lot of money, an investment in money. Is this thing going to blow up? And we all got the People's Convoy in the back of our heads, like, oh, well, look what happened there, all right? So look what happened there, all right? We got lots of really cool stuff done in that People's Convoy. It went on for 3-4 months, okay? Bringing awareness to the mandates. The mandates are gone. Look what happened to J6. And then, the People's Convoy wound up just disintegrating because there were rats involved in there somewhere that like swindled all the money. They declared mission was accomplished, and it kind of was. So maybe it was just meant to end there, but I don't want that to be a reason why we should never have a convoy again, okay? The convoy was effective, man. We brought a lot of notoriety to what we were doing. Joe is live streaming on YouTube. Yeah, but he had all his monetization taken away. So YouTube is messing with, but he's still getting the message out. So Josh and Joe are going in Arizona, making their way to Texas. So what I'm thinking right now is I can't hang with that schedule, man. I can't hang with that schedule because it's just too much driving. It's too much driving. And there might be a way for me to figure out how I can fit myself into that schedule. Maybe if I leave a couple days early and just rendezvous with them at Eagle Pass by the 2nd or 3rd. I don't want to go all the way to Yuma. I know you'd love there, and none of us got money. And neither does everybody watching us, man. Everybody watching us is donating as much as they can. You can't, but we got to figure out how we can make it happen, how we can make that happen. Sean, you would have to drive all the way from Chicago out to Virginia Beach if you wanted to start up with them. Then you're going to drive 10 hours, then 10 hours, then 8.5 hours, then 4 hours. I mean, that's a lot of driving for you, Sean. You're adding at least 2 more 8-hour days of driving on top of that to get from Chicago out to Virginia Beach. Is that reasonable? I don't know. So we're all just figuring out how we can jump into this without being a drain on the resources of their organization. And it's a very loosely organized group of people here, from what I'm finding out, okay? I looked into some of the people that are involved. I went onto the website of Take Back Our Borders. Let's get that straight first, because it's very specific what you got to type in here. TakeOurBorderBack.com is it. We just had it posted here earlier. And I'm sure there's going to be other websites where they're going to mess all that up and then try to hoodwink people out of money. There's going to be probably one that says TakeBackOurBorder.com, okay? And then they're going to take donations from people and they're just ripping people off. So make sure you're typing in the right words. TakeOurBorderBack.com. And figure it out, man. A second driver, that would be cool until it comes time to stop for the night. Then, am I buying a $100 hotel room or am I sleeping for free in the truck? Okay, so I think in order for me to meet my budget with what I could scramble together right now to do this, I'm sleeping in my truck and driving by myself right now. Take Our Border Back Convoy. That specifically is the border. Is the convoy, I'm sorry. Hey, Glory B! In the meantime, we got all these distractions going on. Let's talk about distractions for a while. The World Economic Forum has been a distraction now for a week, okay? All of our right-wing media guys, Dan Bongino, all the regulars, Alex Jones, Charlie Kirk, Benny, they're all talking about WEF right now, okay? Does that have anything relevant to what we're doing right now? Is that accomplishing anything for our movements right now? Is that getting the J6ers one day closer to getting set free? None of it is, okay? None of it is. So why is all this right-wing media paying all this attention to it? It's like spending all our time talking about trolls. That doesn't do a thing, okay? It takes us away from our mission and focuses us on an irrelevant situation that we have no control over, and it's just worthless talk. And what we do, we got the whole right-wing, not mainstream media, but the whole right-wing alternative media talking about irrelevant shit right now. And that's really pissing me off. So right now is the time for action. We're not going to wait until November to get them J6ers out of prison, man. We're working to get them out of prison tomorrow, okay? So if we're going to spend a week now talking about the World Economic Forum, that doesn't get us any closer to that goal, that accomplishment. What gets us closer to that goal is making 10 phone calls a day to our representatives, 10 phone calls a day to that jail, to the Marshal Service, to the DOJ, filing complaints against these judges, not talking about the WEF over in Davos, you know. Do you follow me, Patriots? You see what's happening? Even our right-wing alternative media is falling into the trap that we all know they're falling into. And there they go, you know. I just saw their feet go over the side of the hole, all right? When are they coming back? Who knows? What are we going to do while they're down there talking about the World Economic Forum or Israel and Hamas or the Ukraine or how worthless our government is? I don't know. In the meantime, I know all those things already, and I'm wanting to do something now and tomorrow about what's going on. We got to free our J6ers now. So talking about the World Economic Forum is an entire waste of time, and our right-wing alternative media has just spent 1 week talking about nothing but that. Useless news, Carrie, exactly. Politicians are not going to help us. That's right, Stu. They're not coming to our rescue. They've had 3 years. They haven't done a thing. They haven't done a thing. We got Clay Higgins talking a good talk, but he's one out of 535. We're going to be, we got Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, we got a handful of people, but it doesn't solve any of our problems. Our elections are still rigged, and everybody's waiting for the next rigged election. We're going to have mail-in ballots. We're going to have electronic voting machines in this next election. We are for sure going to see cheating in this next election, in addition to the weaponization of the Department of Justice on us. You know, we no longer have an equal justice system. We are now a country without rule of law. Talk is cheap. Actions are everything. More cheating is all they got. That's all they got. So they throw Trump in jail, you know. So they throw more J6ers in jail, which they are. There's just a bunch more arrested this week. What are we going to do about it? Wait till the next rigged election? Or are we going to do something about it? Illinois talking about mail-in voting only. That ain't going to help. That's bye-bye Illinois. Are the people of Illinois, all the good people of Illinois, are they going to let their government do that to them? Carrie's music, seeing it every day in my research. That's right. So we got one state you guys are telling me about, West Virginia. They got all one-day voting, ballots, paper ballots, got to have ID. One state's got a good election system. And we got this wide open border down there, and we got a lot of people talking about going down to this border. So we got to consider our resources. What can we do? What can we accomplish? And I think we, the people, must demand before that next election that we clean up our elections. And we got to demand that every oath breaker in that Congress is removed from office. And if they can win another election that isn't a cheat, then they deserve to be in office, I suppose. Is it going to help, Stuart? Right. Is going to the border going to help? There's millions of people that live down by that border right now. I live up here where J6 is and where Pennsylvania's elections are totally screwed up right now. Is that what we do, or do we start our own rallies in our states and demand that we have a fair election, one-day voting, paper ballots, no machines, and ID required? I mean, this is really what I think we should be doing. It'd be great to take a little trip down to Texas and stand outside Eagle Pass, and I don't know, what can we do there? If we all line our cars up and just absolutely refuse to allow another busload of migrants through it, is the military gonna, plow our cars out of the way down there? What is gonna happen? The only reason I would go down to Eagle Pass is if that was somewhat type of the plan. I'm not going to go down there and just chant USA, USA at the border, man. We're talking about it right now, K.A. Where are we at as a country? What do we got going on in our country right now? All our alternative right-wing media is leaving us hanging. Steve Bannon, Alex Jones, Benny Goodman, or Benny whatever his name is, Charlie Kirk, Dan Bongino. They've been talking about the World Economic Forum for a week. It's getting us nowhere. Johnson turned out to be what? He just signed another continuing resolution to keep the government operational. And it is lots of money for us to get down there. We got New Hampshire taking Trump off the ballot. And the invasion goes on, right, Julie Jordan? So that's where I'm in my thought process about this right now. That's what I'm thinking about. We got our guys down at the border showing everybody what's going on. All right, LA, right. All right, so Johnson's I'm not going to just give up on Johnson or Marjorie Taylor Greene or Matt Gaetz or Clay Higgins or Loudermilk or, all these other guys, Ted Cruz, Rubio. I mean, they are fighting, but just they never seem to get anything done. Somehow we got to unite them all together. And with their strength and what their abilities are in Congress, along with the power that we the people have in numbers, we got to secure that election is what I think the most critical thing that needs to happen in this country is now. That's where we're here. That's what we're doing right now, Gator Girl. What are we going to do? 3 years, government's done nothing, Priscilla. FJB admits the border is not secure, but everyone except Mayorkas knows that border is not secure. Big D's hoping to go there. I wish he can. I understand, KA. I understand. We understand. And you guys that can't afford that, you guys are on limited budgets. You might be, not physically able to go down to the corner and stuff. We understand that. We understand that. I mean, what is really going on down there at the border? Border Patrol, they were doing the same thing under Obama. When President Trump got in office, it stopped. And as soon as President Trump was gone, is it the same group of people? They just went, okay, Trump's gone. Now we don't have to do our job anymore. Now all we got to do is fill out clipboards. And then have the reinforcements go get food for us. That's what they did, man. They brought other government employees down there to help bring more immigrants into this country. Food and lodging and gas, right? If their vehicles break down. So this was all stuff we ran through with the convoy, man. People's vehicles broke down. There were mechanics. I helped change oil and switch headlights out for people and fix their cars every night when we get back from the Beltway. We did that in camp, Nobody was paying me to do that, but that's what we did to keep the thing rolling. And then there were people that came in there and and thought this was a free ride. It was free food. It was free gas, because the People's Convoy started providing all that stuff. The People's Convoy didn't provide it. Soup Mama provided it, all right? She came in on her own and started doing that. The Chinese Americans Support Truckers Group came in and fed us night after night for free on their dime. The People's Convoy didn't give them money. The People's Convoy took donations in and then filled up our gas tanks every now and then. And that stretched out my resources, so I could end up spending the whole month there while they were in Hagerstown. Okay, this is why we're talking, Cleo, exactly. I don't want to discourage you, but it seems that states need a lot of attention and voting done right. I'm of the opinion that none of these people would be in office. 95% of them would not be in office if the elections weren't rigged. And the only way that they're in office is because they're rigged. Yeah, we got that. We talked about that yesterday. More information on the pipe bomb. I'm one of them. Still don't have the scoop on the other one, and it sounds shady as hell. Shady as hell, man. They've been showing us pictures of some dude in a backpack planting that pipe bomb at night, and I don't even think he sat near the spot where they found the pipe bomb. There's no pictures of him putting that pipe bomb there. There is pictures of a guy walking up to the Secret Service in the cop car, sitting in that building, in that DNC building parking lot, with a backpack. Congress has had 3 years to look at this, and they haven't come up with nothing. These people wouldn't be in office if the elections weren't rigged, and they haven't done anything in 3 years. They are not coming to rescue us from anything. They gave themselves a 21% raise and gave Ukraine another billions more dollars not long ago. Pipe bomb, another distraction, exactly. They can ride it out. They can ride it out. I was hoping it was going to get shut down too, Gator Girl. Mike Johnson agreed to a small amount of more time. Right, they didn't just pass a whole budget there. Our border needs to get shut down now. That is a critical thing. And even if it does get shut down right now, we're still in trouble, because Trump just said yesterday there are 16 million illegal migrants here in this country right now. 3 million of them got through this year. But they were coming in during Obama's presidency. Right, all them Border Patrol agents would not be there anymore if their paychecks stopped. That's right. I'm worried about the sleeper cells too, Chris. There's 16 million people here. I know they're all not terrorists. Everyone that goes into this convoy should be self-sufficient, right? Self-funded. I would not go there if I was not self-funded already for the duration of that trip. If I couldn't make that mission, I wouldn't put myself out on it. That's right, Drifter. That's a lot of people. 4 Los Angeleses. 16 million people. Now, this border thing is only a week long, okay? Can we afford to take a week off of the J6? The vigil's still going to go on, man. I mean, I know Trooper's going to keep it held down there. Rebecca is going to keep everything held down there. And Tammy and Mickey and Nicole and Sherry. I think they should shut down the government until they get their act together, but they haven't done that. They haven't done it yet, Cleo. That's the move that we want to make. The government is taking our money from us and spending it for our own demise. And we want them to shut this government off. There was something, Gator Girl, in the website that if they have money, the truckers would get first priority on fuel reimbursements for the convoy coming up. Yeah, a lot of it's still vague, all right, mainly because they don't have a lot of money right now. This is in the net. It's in the thought processes of what's going to happen on that. Okay, how much coverage is the convoy going to get other than the live streamers? Right? That's a valid point there. Hits them in their pockets. That's right, it's got to hit them in their pockets. So if we all stop paying our taxes, what's going to happen? Nothing, because corporations are still going to pay their taxes because they are linked up with the WEF. That's how they're doing this stuff to us. We give our money to the corporations that hate us. And that Kathy Gilman, that's the way to go into it. Joe isn't planning on anyone paying for their gas, right? If you're going to send yourself on this mission, you can't go in thinking you're going to tap resources once you get there. They're going to have enough trouble keeping the thing going, and whatever they can provide, would be accepted. But they can't provide what they don't have. They only got a couple $1,000 saved up right now so far. And what happened with the convoys, the money rolled in. As it happened, money started rolling into that convoy. But people had to see that something was happening first. Yeah, KA, I couldn't trust people to finance me either. But I gave money to the People's Convoy too, but there were some times where they filled my gas tank up because they told us, go get your gas tank filled up. And the food was there, but that wasn't People's Convoy. That was donations, that was Soup Mama, that was the Chinese Americans and other people. A guy came down from New York with his buddies and a pig. And they roasted a pig for us one night. I mean, the America coming together was the beautiful thing about that convoy. I don't know what happened to the money, Astua. And I don't know how much money, and I really didn't care. I saw it was over. They said mission accomplished. And then that's when Big D and Santa started going, and that's history. That's history now. So that's yesterday, and I don't want to talk about yesterday. But it's all in the back of my head of what happened there, and what do you want to involve yourself with? What was the effectiveness of everything that we did? And the People's Convoy spawned the 1776. Now, 1776 did great stuff, man. We went down there, camped right in their faces for a month. They had to ignore us for a month down there. At least they had to ignore something down there, okay? But we got away with it. It happened. We got out. Some people took hits. Right, Drifter. They had a lot of expenses. I'm not a money guy. But they didn't have money to continue it, and the mission was running loops on the Beltway wasn't doing it. So we had to change to something else. And that's where Santa and Big D and everybody came in with that. Cleo, and I see what's going on in Germany with the farmers. I mean, that's something that we got to do. But you can't take a farm tractor and drive from here to Texas, okay? You can take a farm tractor and drive here to the closest city. And if we shut 40 cities down in Pennsylvania tomorrow and said we want no more electronic voting machines in our polling stations, and we're not leaving till you do it, seems like that might be more effective. There was a lot we learned in TPC, though. I mean, we're not that inexperienced anymore. Brought us together in that park. That's right. It brought us, so many of us, together to be fighting the issues we are with now. And we learned things there. We learned things at 1776. We learned things at the Gulag. We got some great leaders have stepped up and led us along the way. Look at Mickey and Nicole and Tammy right now, and Sherry and Trooper. They're leading the way. That's that fight. We got good people on that fight. And we got to continue to support them, even if we do go down to this convoy. And it seems like it always turns into that. Too many hands in a cookie jar, Priscilla, don't it? That's what it seems like. So, the convoy going to the border, it looks like a noble effort. And I'm not saying no yet, but it does seem like a little vague on what's going to happen down at Eagle Pass. It does seem a little vague what's going to happen at Yuma. They're going to have a 5-hour rally. The whole thing culminates in a 5-hour rally in Yuma, Arizona, basically. Education is the best way to learn from our mistakes. Or the school of hard knocks. So we all got to brush up on our Constitution. Lots of money. Yeah. So there's 3 rally points. Really, I can't commit to going all the way to Yuma, Arizona for a 5-hour rally. And solo doing our best. Yes. Picked off one at a time. That's happening. That's happening. I haven't seen a list, Cleo, of anyone signed up on this yet. And there is no registration on the website. And it's kind of not, there is no core group organizing the whole thing, all right? They're keeping it loose, and that might be a good idea. I never signed up to be on any of the things I got involved with. I just showed up. Glory B has a video out, right? If you want more information, look up what Glory B found out. And I'm trying to build on top of that, man. I want information out about this too. I will commit to putting information out about this convoy, at least. I am. I haven't afforded packs of cigarettes since Obama. I can spread info. Yeah, Drifter. I can do that. I could do that while I'm in the convoy, but I don't know if I can do that if I'm driving 10 hours a day. The schedule, all right, the main thing is the schedule of this convoy is taxing, okay? It's ambitious, and I don't see it happening, to tell you the truth. I think that the rate at which they think they're going to move a convoy down to that area in Texas, which is right outside of Austin, and then down to Eagle Pass from there, is ambitious, to say the least. And there is a lot of people down there that should be doing it down there, okay? I'm up here in this area, I'm fighting this battle. There should be a lot more people on this battle too. But a convoy would bring eyes to the situation. Yeah, Bongino was covering them bombs. That's right. And I'm with him. I don't think the story they fed us for 3 years is legit at all. And nobody's looking into it except for Massey, Senator or Congressman Massey, which is pathetic. So I'm torn, Patriots. I gotta think long and hard on this. I gotta bring it to God. I gotta put this plan at His feet. Is this what He wants me to do? Or is this another, head fake by the enemy? I don't think it's a plan of the enemy, though. It can't be a plan from the enemy to divert us from anything. We the people, need to start fighting this battle more. And this is going to get more of we the people involved. That's right, our administration of lies. They've been doing nothing but lying to us. Gator Girl and Shelly and all you guys, Julius, feeding the chats with info. Tammy Green, info, chats, mods. It takes all of us. We're all jumping in where we see that we can fit into this. We're all doing just fine. We're all right where God wants us, Patriots. And those of us that can jump in on this convoy, those of us that can jump in on the Vigil, those of us that can jump in on filing out complaints about the judges and writing letters, and those of us with money that can donate to the commissary and stuff, we're all right where God wants us, I believe. That's right in our own spheres of influence. And in the meantime, trying to, red pill people. And in a way, it does feel like it's got to get way worse before it gets better because of all the sleepers out there, the sleepy people. COVID came right to their front door and they didn't stand up then. I mean, it's almost like they're going to have to feel some pain. Oh, right on, Gator Girl. God gave me a job and it will come together soon. I can't wait. I mean, we are in good hands. It is shocking what Joe and Josh found down there. A 6-acre camp fenced off camp with guards. They're bringing the buses of the illegals in. They bring them right in the gate. Another one found. How many? That's happened a dozen times now. That's right, Carrie. We got to assume, we got to pray that God turns more of them our way, or his way. Your path is set, Drifter. Yep. Then that's where God needs you right now, taking care of your family. And that's another thing. So many, this administration, this alleged administration has just got us scrambling. And now they're getting arrogant, right? Now the illegals are getting arrogant. I think Tucker Carlson had photos of illegals coming out giving them the finger while he was filming them. All right, Cleo, spread that word out. That's where you're fitting in here. Clip it and send it. A third of its kind. There's too much red tape to come in legally. What? That's crazy. If you're not boycotting the Red Cross and Catholic Charities right now, you're right. You're funding the enemy. Absolutely, KA. They are involved. Red Cross, I know, has been involved for a long time. Hey, third. Good to see you. Helping the enemy. All right, so we got to have more chats on this convoy thing. It's not out of the question right now. It does seem to be something that needs to happen in this country right now. And we will, I'll continue to think about it. Time is running short, though. It's going to take me a day, at least, to get down to Virginia Beach. So I'm going to have to leave a day early if I'm going to jump in on this. And I'm thinking I'm going to have to jump in early so that I can get out ahead of it, because I'm not going to be able to hang with that driving schedule. And I hope they understand that they're not going to be able to keep up with that driving schedule either. It seems like, I don't know. It's very ambitious driving schedule. Did any of you catch Trump's speech last night from New Hampshire? Because in that speech, he admitted there are 16 million illegal immigrants in this country and that we are headed towards World War III. It's happening. It was a good speech, though. If you haven't seen a Trump speech in a while, this was a smaller crowd. And he got more intimate with the crowd. He was talking off of not on the teleprompter so much. He read the snake poem and he explained the snake poem. The snake poem can fit into just about every different scenario that we're dealing with, but he's plugging it into the illegal immigrants thing. I'm thinking it's more than 16 million too, Tammy Green, but President Trump is claiming that's a number, and he's not been proven wrong on that. So, in other news, Sports Illustrated apparently, and this was something that one of the callers brought up last night. So we got a call from Jonathan Janatakis, Curtis Tate, and then the Screamers showed up. Couldn't hear for one phone call till we got the sound all figured out. Taylor Janatakis had this beautiful thing that he wrote. It was beautiful and sad at the same time, called The Endless Nights, about how he cannot get a night of sleep there. Okay, Trump is speaking again at 7. All right, get in on that. Listen to what your president's got to say. And this thing that he wrote about Endless Nights was, he was talking with his wife, he said, and Taylor is a prolific writer, and he's got that John Attaka's Family Health website, and he couldn't figure out what to write on. So his wife said, well, write on what's keeping you awake, why you can't write. Write a story on why you can't write. And it was just an awesome essay on what goes on. He just says he never feels like he's rested. He sleeps, he wakes up in the morning when you got to wake up to get your food. And if you don't wake up, you miss breakfast. But he says breakfast isn't even worth waking up for sometimes. It's so garbage. And then, according to the rules, there is supposed to be 6 hours of quiet time in that prison. And there is never 6 hours of quiet time. You got the guards rattling doors, shining flashlights in your face while you're trying to sleep, and claiming that they're just making sure you're in your cell, all right? All tyrannical means of just torture. Never get a full night's rest, man. And Taylor, I gotta admit, man, that essay was amazing. It was an awesome description of what you are dealing with on a daily basis there, man. And then he's also left with this haunting question. Taylor is also left with this haunting question of what was he probably wouldn't have had charges brought up against him. That's how ridiculous these charges are, man. Taylor's call was awesome, man. I gave it 2 stars for sure. Chris Quagland showed up. He's on day 3 of refusing the food that they're trying to feed him, man. And then he got to ranting pretty hard last night, and he goes, hey, you know what, Patriots? You know what? I'm just going to let it all hang out here, Patriots. Next time you want to storm a Capitol, click. Mickey took him off the line because he was about to put his foot in his mouth. And there's leadership right there, Mickey. Way to go. Way to go. That made me cry, Julie. Yeah. He misses his family so bad. He misses his family. And then Jeff Sable called in and talked about this. Sports Illustrated laying off hundreds. And what I didn't know was that Sports Illustrated, on their swimsuit issue for 2023, put a trans dude in a bikini on the cover. I mean, I haven't been reading their garbage for 2 decades, since I gave up professional sports. I really couldn't care less about these influencers that they pay outrageous amounts of money to play games. And they put literally a trans dude in a swimsuit on the cover of Sports Illustrated. So go woke, go broke, Sports Illustrated. Good luck with that. I hope you learn your lesson. Hope the other companies learn their lesson before it comes to the point where you're just going to lay everybody off that works for you. Your sphere of influence, Sports Illustrated, has just ended. Same with Bud Light, same with Target. And then more layoffs are coming. So Sports Illustrated is down the tubes. Jeff Sable mentioned that yesterday they called court off for 2 inches of snow. There was 2 inches of snow in D.C. yesterday, and that was enough to make the court grind to a halt. They're not very good at plowing snow there in D.C. They're not very good at doing anything there in D.C., actually. Jeff Sable talked a little bit about the World Economic Forum stuff that's going on in Davos. There was a guy named Kevin Roberts that spoke there that was telling that elites are, if Trump gets elected, their heads is on the chopping block. So at least they're listening. They got people knowing what's going on, which leads me to believe that they're going to go all out with making sure Trump does not win this presidency. He said Texas National Guard is putting no-climb barriers up there at that state park in Eagle Pass, where we're considering going down to head there. And then Jeff Sable, in his news blurbs at the end of the night mentioned that Alec Baldwin all of a sudden is getting charged for technically killing more people than the J6 protesters killed, you know. Apparently his get out of jail card just got revoked, and lo and behold, Alec Baldwin went to Epstein Island. What do you know about that? So yeah, that concludes the snowiest vigil ever. Vigil number 536 in a row. And I think that covers it for the night. I found a great J6 documentary, another one called J6, A True Timeline. And that is on a Rumble channel called Stop Hate. It's a very concise rundown of the chronological order of events that happened on J6, in case you got some people that are just going, wow, I didn't know that was still going on. Well, tell them to watch a documentary or two. Yeah, there you go, Sylvia. Alec Baldwin indicted by grand jury in fatal shooting. So one person died at the hands of Alec Baldwin. Bullet came out of a gun that he fired and killed somebody. So I would hope that there's some repercussions to that still in this country. Of course, that was what, 4 years ago when that happened. Sure takes a long time, doesn't it? And I'd like to bring to my Pennsylvania brothers and sisters the fact that one of the deaths that day was Benjamin Phillips. And he comes from Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, and your attorney general in this state has done nothing to bring justice for his murder. We got work to do in Pennsylvania, patriots. We got work to do here in Pennsylvania. So that J6, A True Timeline on Stop Hate, on their Rumble channel, Stop Hate. They also have a website. Is free to watch. You can direct anybody that you know to that website to have a look, get some facts on what happened on J6. In addition to the information that's coming out about the pipe bomber, in addition to the information that's coming out about Michael Byrd's radio transmissions on the day he murdered Ashley Babbitt, all this information's coming out. Yeah, there it is. Silly for him. I'm still looking for a mod link class from you. I'm trying to. I can get links off of YouTube. I can get links off of Rumble now. And I think I've even put some stuff. I got to figure out Give, Send, Go. I can't do Give, Send, Go links for some reason. Hey, Patriot Roy D. How are you? Yeah, Stop Hate, DaveSummerall.com. They also have a YouTube channel, or a Rumble channel. So we wrestled with this topic pretty much here, Patriots. I'm on 50-50 on doing this convoy, and you can't do links yet, Gator. All right, just leave it to me. You just boot the trolls. Because while I'm doing a link, I'm not watching the chat. And sometimes a troll gets in there while I'm trying to do a link. So you just keep your eyes on the trolls and get them out of there. They're like cockroaches, man. They make me feel yucky inside. In your phone's notes. Okay, because you have very well written links, silly. And I'm just trying to piece them together. 2021 was Alec Baldwin's shooting trial. So that was 3 years ago. And it still hasn't been brought to justice. What in the world takes so long? All right, so I'm going to have to figure out that notes thing, Sylvia. I'll work on that in my spare time. If you guys haven't visited that, stophate.com. There's a lot of great information there. Hi, Bonnie. All right, we'll leave it there, folks. I got to get some food in my belly before the vigil goes here. I'm going to collect more information on this convoy going down there. I wish them luck, even if I can't join them, but I would like to join them, and let's see what we can do. I got to figure out a way that I can fit myself into it without taxing any of their resources and having enough resources to keep myself going through that whole thing. Yeah, if one of us could get a panels show going, that would be awesome. I know they're all over the place on X and that. I know Mag Americans has done some panel shows where he StreamYards you in. Done that before. Idea what copy meant and paste meant, and I didn't even know. All right, Ferg, I hope he's going. I hope they accomplish what they want, and I hope I can get in on it too. But we really got to think smart about how we're approaching our troubles and our problems right now. And if one thing doesn't get solved, and that is securing that election by 2024, we are totally screwed, blued, and tattooed. We're out. America's done if that election is not secured, man. So thanks for joining me tonight, Patriots. You guys are awesome. We're all jumping in where we see that we can fit in. This is how God wants it. God's going to lay out our plan. Lay your troubles at his feet, Patriots. I mean, really, talk to God about what we're doing right now. We want our country back. God would not destroy Sodom and Gomorrah for 50 or 45 or 40 good people. And in fact, there was one family, one man and his family that was left there, and he got them out before he destroyed it. So God's not going to destroy a country with all of us here. He's going to either get us out or he's going to show us how to rally and take it back over in his name, in his time, for his son. And we'll do it. We'll stand for that. We will stand for that as long as he lets us do it, man. All right, Patriots, I love you very much. You guys are awesome. We have a good group of people, and we can do this. We can do it. If God willing, man. This is Jericho, over and out.